that, what's exactly going on in the background, right? With a bit of a Kim's help, the reports and the info
Yes.
from there, there is still a bit of a power struggle going on here and there, right? For example, the so-called adjacent society. I know there was some linkages going on with Project Paperclip side of things, but I couldn't, I couldn't figure out why until you gave me yesterday's Kim's reports, right? Jason Society apparently is powerful enough that they have much higher security clearances where they can walk into the militaries and some meetings and so on and literally override everything and tell them exactly what to do right away.
When you live in a hierarchical system
That's right.
of government and
Because I know
and
militaries are
education,
definitely rank and file, right? Just
yes.
like exactly like what you said. They
Remember,
follow
yeah,
orders and can get easily overridden by people with higher clearances and higher order.
that's exactly. Remember, when you were a student in school, you had a teacher,
Right.
didn't you?
That's right.
The teacher told you what to think, didn't they?
That's
They
right.
said this is what you need to learn. This
Correct.
is the truth,
That's right.
right? And then you go to a higher level, and maybe you're a
Yes.
university student, and it's the same thing again. But
Correct.
what if they have an agenda? What if they have a plan that's not
Correct.
necessarily reality?
Yes.
What if it's designed to control you later and make
Right.
you part of their agenda to do a nefarious thing, such as, I don't know, rape and pillage
Mm.
planet Earth and its natural resources?
Right.
Or control the populace and make them think what the elite want.
Yes.
What if they are going to make you feel satisfied in your lack and depravity?
Right. Right.
What if they want you to feel comfortable living in a tent on the street? Okay, they're going to supply a biological help for you in a needle
Right.
and put it
Right.
in your arm and make you
Right.
feel artificially happy so that you
Right.
can just walk around like a zombie.
Sure.
And what would be the possible purpose for that? Well, the purpose for that would be enslavement, wouldn't it?
Of course.
Now we can do it with swords and knives. We can do it with
Yes.
clubs and
We can do
starvation.
needles and hard drugs.
But needles and hard drugs seems to be a little bit easier and more efficient.
That's
So
right.
so
That's
this is the
right.
problem that we face right here.
Yes.
And how are we going to overcome that? How are we going to liberate ourselves and become
Sure.
free?
Right.
In your opinions, in your opinion, sir, what's the first step?
Well, the first step, both you and I've already guided some of my TG group like-minded friends. We have
Yes,
to spiritually break free from the control, the cabal's control, which we already
yes.
succeeded by and large.
Would
Okay,
would you
a
call
lot of
that
people are still trapped,
knowledge and
spiritually
education?
trapped.
Would you call that knowledge, education? In
Correct.
other words, you have to understand your predicament, your
That's right.
situation, before you can possibly liberate yourself from it.
Correct. Because far too many people have been conditioned since the day they were born. They didn't
Yes.
have that innate ability to think that way,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they were just kind of like I candidly calls them a walking zombie, right? It's
Right.
just like chicken in the coop.
Yes.
Their lives, generations after generations, they're
Yes.
born from an egg, they're raised, they're hatched, raised and just packing, 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 lay eggs until they're done. They get,
Yes.
the warm, soft hands reach down and grab them by their necks, and the next thing you know, they begin much, Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Now we've heard in the past this phrase "mind over matter."
Correct.
Now, is it possible that if in your mind you
Yes.
strongly think
Yes.
that there's something that's true, that will happen to you.
Right.
That if you emotionally build up that thought form in your own expressive consciousness,
Right.
that might have an influence on your future.
Sure.
Is it possible? I'm not saying it. I'm not
I believe
forcing
so.
you to
Yes,
believe
I
that.
believe so.
But do you believe
Well,
that it's
first and
possible?
foremost, I let me interject if you don't mind. 2 minutes.
Please, sir. Well, go for it.
Well, first and foremost, even back in my very young days,
Yes.
I have always believed in reincarnation.
Uh huh.
So that literally that literally set me at odds with a lot of organized religions, Western religions, monotheism type, where you pray God, love God, pray for Jesus, blah blah blah. You're born a sinner, blah blah blah. Those kind of things. It always, I can never accept that as a fact, right? There is something inside of me that I just believe that our soul gets reincarnated. I cannot tell you how. I just feel it that way all
Okay.
along the way. So I'm always at odds with those organized religions.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I don't. But I have my ways of interpreting their stuff, and
Right.
through reincarnation over time, I believe we build up experience through
Mm-hmm.
each and every reborn.
Good.
Okay, till the day we die, right? We kept gathering these knowledge, and we build up our soul. We become wiser as time goes by, and to the point where someday, through I don't know many successive reincarnations, many successive generations of reborns,
Got it.
we'll get to the point where somehow I feel like this particular generation of my reborn, I was wise enough to sense something weird.
Oh.
I may not be wise.
Oh, so we're finally wise. We're finally wise now. Is that it?
That's right.
Okay.
We're wise enough to sense that and be at odds with the general movement.
So it's only taken 100,000 years, and we're now there. We've reached the finish line.
Yes. We still stumble. We still make mistakes. We still stumble. We still fall into certain psychological traps.
Right.
In this particular reincarnation version of ours, both you and I.
Got it.
But nevertheless, we are wise enough to pick up the nuances and sense the difference.
Well, first of all, I of course agree with you, but I think that there's something else going on.
Yes. Yes.
It seems ridiculous that it should take so long, and it would be so hard to reach a point of self understanding and education through multiple lifetimes.
Correct.
I mean, what the WF is going on? Has there been a handicap?
We may have been deliberately made to become handicapped in some form.
Has there been a
there may be some foreign
weight
influences that makes us dumb and stupid.
Has there been some kind of negative influence or a burden put on our backs to make the climb up the mountain to enlightenment so difficult?
Precisely so.
No, this seems to me to be suspicious, and I wonder why.
Yes.
What's going on? Have we been prisoners so long? Have there been chains binding us? Have we been artificially, placed at a lower level than what we should be able to achieve? Now, some people say, "Oh, the bad things that happen to you in your life make you stronger. And the bad things that happen to you in your life are deserved because you did something bad in the past life." Oh, really? Oh, really? No, I don't think that's correct. I think that's an artificial propaganda in order to make you think that it's your fault.
That's right.
No,
precisely.
It's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault. No, it's the fault of your jailer. you're the prison master who's
That's right.
lashing a whip on your back.
That's right. Yes.